the daily draw bet along. So this is going to be a series where each day I'm going to record my bets in accordance with previous videos of how to select draw potential, and so games that we think are going to have a good chance of ending in draw. According to those rules, I'm going to record and show you my bets that I've placed for the day, and I'll update you on the bets from the day before. As it's day one, we haven't got the day before, so this is where we're starting afresh. And as you can see on day one, we're going to be using a £10 starting stake, and I'm going to be using the increasing stakes method of 1.5 times your stake each time you have to make a bet after a losing bet. So have a look back at the previous videos if you need a bit of a refresh on that. So let's get started. So day one, we've got bet one with a £10 stake to start with, and this is in the Vietnamese V League. I'm not even going to attempt the name of the teams. I'm not going to apologise for it either. I don't want to offend anyone. So we're looking at this. The home team we've got in at 2.75, the away team at 2.45. So the away team are actually the stronger team in this game, and they are slight favourites, which is reflected by that. The draw's in at 3.10, which falls in line with our odds that we've been looking for. And you can see that the over and under 2.5 goals under is as low as 1.67. So this really is, according to the bookies, expected to be a tight, low-scoring game, which is exactly what we want. So it fits the criteria for that. I've done my research and had a look at the tables. I haven't been able to get any information on team news, I'm not going to lie to you. But as far as I can see, I haven't got as much information as ideal, but to be honest, you've got to take what you can when you're using bets across the whole of the globe. If you want safer bets, then you would only bet on leagues that you know. But I'm happy to go with this. And I have had quite a lot of success in the Vietnamese league in the past with low scoring tight games. So that's bet one, and that's at 11 o'clock. So let's skip on. Bet two will be in the Polish First League. So that's not the Premier League, if you like, of Poland. It's sort of like the Championship if we're going to England. Again, I'm not going to attempt the names. This one's not till 3 o'clock, so I've been making sure that we've got 2-hour periods before any of the bets that I've been looking at, so that we don't overlap our bets, as I mentioned in the previous video, which can be dangerous. So there isn't anything till 3 o'clock anyway. And again, if we look at the odds, 2.45 for the home team, 2.70 for the away team, and 3.30 for the draw, falls perfectly within our parameters. And again, under 2.5 goals, 1.80. So we're happy to take that on. And again, I've had a look at the league table. I can get a bit more information on this one. Not team news, because I'm doing this at, let's have a look, 10 to 12 in the morning. So the first game is currently at half time and it's 0-0. I'm pleased to report, the Vietnamese game. So we haven't got any team news for this one yet. But I'm happy looking at the league tables that these are two evenly matched teams, and that the odds do reflect what is reality. So I'm happy to take this one on at 3 o'clock. And actually, let's just go back. So we're looking at bet two. So we've got stakes of either £10. If our first game wins, if we end up with a draw in the first match, then we'll go back to £10 or stay at £10. If not, we'll have increased to £15 for bet two. Okay. Bet three. So starting off where we just left. If bet two wins as well, if we're lucky enough to have two winning bets, then again, £10 for this one. If not, if we haven't had a winning bet out of the first two, we'll go to £22.50, which is 1.5 times £15, which would have been the last one. So we've gone to the Swiss Challenge League for this one, and this is at 5:15. Again, the Swiss Challenge League is the one underneath the Swiss Super League, I believe it's called. So it's like the Championship again. And we've got the home team at 2.87, the away team at 2.15. Again, a bit of a favourite, and probably a decent favourite, you could say, because if they're that far below in terms of odds and they're the away team, then you probably would say, and looking at the table, are the stronger team. And the draws up at 3.7, and that's a little bit higher than I would normally like. And I've mentioned in the previous video that I'd prefer around 3.6. But looking at the table and looking at the condition of the league, I'd quite like to take this one on. And as you can see, under 2.5 is at 2.30. So I know that I've gone against what I've said in the previous video and what I've been saying all along. But I'll openly admit, this is a bit of a punt for me. I just fancied it. I had a look at it and I thought there might be goals, but I don't think there will. Yeah, I'll hang myself out to dry now. We can have a look back tomorrow and see how we get on. I wouldn't advise taking this So, there's not much more I need to say about that. That's a standard bet that we'll be looking to take on all day long. So if we do manage to scrape through from the last one, we'll be putting £10 on that. If not, we'll be up to 33.75, and I feel confident as I can, if we did get through to bet 4, that this is the nice sort of game that I would be happy to take on for bet 4. So they're the 4 bets I've put on today. I don't like to go after that because I like to wind down for the night in terms of time. So I just wanted to remind you of the increasing stakes method, and make sure you're all aware, and I really want to drum this home, that you've got to be aware that when you're placing these bets, that it's not just the 15, the 22, 50, 33, 75, it's the cumulative cost that you're putting in. So 10, 15, so we're looking at 4 bets today. So I've got an exposure of about £81.25, not about, it is £81.25. So if I have to go all the way through and do 4 bets at increasing 1.5 stakes, I'm looking at £81.25, which is a decent chunk of money. So you've just got to make sure that you don't get carried away. Oh, it's only a tenner, it's only 15 quid, 22.50. I can £81.25 if you get to the 4. If you're committing to those, just be aware of that. Okay, so in summary, what have we done today? We've selected the 4 bets that we're happy with at least 2 hours apart to make sure we don't overlap our bets. All of them, yeah, sort of fall between the 1-2 odds ranges. No, they do all fall in that. They don't all fall in the under 2.5 goals, being below 2, because the one in the Swiss Championship I've took on, which is a little bit higher, but as I explained, that's a little bit of a punt. The potential stakes that we're being exposed to are going to be between £40. If ever we bet 1, then we'd be putting 10 on each game, and we'd only be spending £40, and we're getting a very good return if all 4-1, which is, I'll be honest, it's quite unlikely, but you never know. Or £81.25 if we have to go to bet 4, rolling over to the 1.5 stakes. And this is something that I should have mentioned in the first video. I like to cash out at 85 minutes if it's a draw, if we're winning, just to avoid those last minute goals, that last minute heartache. There's a lot of goals scored in the latter stages of games, especially when they're this tight. And I just like personally to get out at 85 minutes. It's not always possible because of life getting in the way, and I'm not sat in front of the computer or on my phone and being able to cash out at 85 minutes. But I try and cash out at 85 minutes. Admittedly, you take a little bit of a hit in terms of your total income, but there's nothing worse than getting to the 89th, 90th minute and seeing a winner go in and any profit wiped out. So I like to cash out 85 minutes, and that's what I'll be trying to do with these ones, but I'll update you tomorrow on how that goes. Yeah, so that's the end of the video for today. I'll try and keep it short and sweet, and tomorrow I'll be back with the second day. I'll be showing which games I've selected, and also having a little bit of a look back at how these games today went, and hopefully the Swiss one isn't as bad as it could be. So thanks very much for watching. Please hit subscribe so you can make sure you keep up to date with the daily list, and yeah, good luck. Bye.